When I first started in museums, I started in the education department. And what I would do in the education department is write down curriculum or ideas for teachers to use when they were visiting an exhibition, and really to help them connect their students to what was happening in the gallery, on the wall, on the floor. Um, and I would at times ask the teacher, if you're a teacher of history, what moment in time are you thinking about? And what were some key ideas? Was it revolution? Was it nation building? Was it a time of really amazing scientific discoveries? And then think and choose works of art that related to that. Now, those could be any types of works of art. They could be historical works or they could be contemporary works. So if there is a teacher who's interested in science and innovation, a way to think about looking at contemporary art might be to think about what are the materials that are being used here. And we're not just using clay and oil paint anymore. Sometimes artists are using molten glass and fiberglass and steel and all sorts of mixed materials, and they all have different properties. And so you could even ask about the hardness or the brittleness or the rigidness or the flexibility of all of those materials when you're thinking about physics as much as when you're thinking about the art. And why would an artist choose something that's really stretchy and flexible instead of something really hard to make a sculpture? If you were thinking about history or maybe questions of social justice and civil rights and rights throughout different points in time, if it is the 15th century, the 19th century, the 21st century, and what's happening today, there are so many contemporary artists who will present works that really make you think about questions that may be very subtle, but help you think about, well, what makes you define your rights? What makes you define your sense of your nation? There's a great piece by an artist named Mona Hatoum called The Greater Divide. And she takes a very familiar kitchen object, which is like a cheese grater, except she supersizes it up to about 10 feet tall and 10 feet wide. And it becomes like a barrier, like a divide, like a border between two places on either side. And this is a grater that is sharp and it's meant to cut. And she is an artist from Palestine. And she's reminding you with even just a simple object that you can be reminded of maybe a really difficult border to cross, something that may be harsh, may be painful. And it's through a simple object that you can think about these big ideas that relate today.